Change is a really tricky thing. It's an elusive topic. It's ever changing, ironically, and it's hard to come by. We hope and pray for it. People live and die fighting for it. But I guess the best way to it is through intentions, love, understanding, cooperation, trust, empowerment, and just through personal responsibility. Responsibility to the world, responsibility to yourself, responsibility to your future family or other people's future families, responsibility to nature, to animals, to streams, to rivers, to forests, to skies and winds, to soil and to everything around us. So it might sound cliche to say things like, be the change you want to see in the world. But the truth is that cliche only means that it stands for a universal truth. It just means that this is so commonly said because it's so commonly accepted that this is actually what we should be doing. It's super important that we care about these things, not because of global warming, not because of whatever thing that might or may not be causing some problems or climate change or whatever. It's not because of that. It's because, wouldn't it be nice if we had cleaner air and fresher water? Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't waste as much? Wouldn't it be like a better solution if we didn't have to solve all these environmental issues, if we just were more self-sustainable about it, if we were just more conscious about our consumptions? Wouldn't it be like, we all want better air. We all want it. And yet we don't all contribute to it equally. And that's the tragedy of the commons. The tragedy of the commons is the #1 problem in the world today, which basically explains that what is good for any individual is often detrimental to society. Yet we're motivated individually and not through the collective. We have disengaged from society. We've distrusted it. We don't necessarily feel the same responsibilities towards it because of the problems that things like governments pose, because of the mistrust of theft and violence and all of these things. We've disengaged from it, and we've lost this sense of community. We find it in other ways. We play sports, or we become fans of certain teams or singers or things, and we regroup as communities on Facebook and on social media or around video games. But we're not doing it as a society. We haven't found a way to regroup properly as Earth inhabitants, as humans that care about nature. And this isn't hippie ideals. This isn't hippie thoughts. It's not only people who are tree huggers, quote unquote, who need to care about this stuff. It's everyone, because this affects all of us. I wouldn't say that I'm particularly define a hippie. To me, a hippie is the type of person that protests and complains and says that the world has problems and that we should all have peace and love, and that's the way that everything should be. And yeah, an ideal world, peace and love, when roses and rainbows and unicorns and all these things would be fantastic, but that's not the real world. Valhalla is looking to advocate serious change, and to do such, we really have to put together a recipe of elements that will make this happen. There are 4 ingredients to sustainable change. That is, sustainable ideas, knowledge, community, and action.